All right, so we got an absolute banger from Jamari today. Drake won't stop humiliating himself. Now, he's been on a run of humiliating himself. His fan base has been on a run of humiliating themselves. I'm pretty sure this is about the UMG dismissal. So let's just get into what Jamari got to talk about, bro.
So UMG has officially responded to Drake, and they have basically told him, it's over, my guy. They slapped him with this 25-page rebuttal to the judge, where they essentially play the exact same game that Drake's lawyers were playing, using song lyrics both against Drake and to bolster their argument. Only in this case, they're using logic and reasoning, where Drake was using academics' YouTube streams and his own fan pages for reference.
Yeah, I want it all, that's why I strive for it. This me, you'll never hear a reply for it.
Drake, successful. Plaintiff, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly
participated in. Like, please pay attention to that.
Instead of accepting.
Before you type up your comment defending this PDF crybaby Karen, please actually use logic and reasoning. I know that's hard for you Drake glizzy gobblers to actually do. I know logic and reason are not exactly your strong suit, but just bear with me. If you're so addicted to humiliation that you're gonna watch this entire video and then type up an essay of defense, at least listen to it with logic and reason.
The loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed with prejudice.
They literally said that. I thought that was a joke. Like the unbothered rap artist he claims to be.
Basically, they came out swinging, and making the point that everyone else already has, that if Drake had been victorious in this battle of public perception, that he would not be suing anyone. In fact, he would likely be going on the Fuck Kendrick tour just like he did with Meek Mill.
Yep.
They even note here that Drake himself was encouraging Kendrick to drop a response to him for weeks, which is exactly what happened. He was even going on Instagram saying that they have nothing to drop, and that he had the red button on deck if they did, which most people now assume was his Family Matters track. And well, we all know how that ended. Essentially, UMG comes from the angle that both of these guys said hyperbolic things about each other. Obviously, Drake was called a PDF, at the Super Bowl by the way, and the Grammys. Oh god, and at the Oscars too?
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile.
You know he gonna sue Conan or the Academy next. You know that's gonna happen.
And Kendrick was called a wife-beating lowlife who Drake says is fathering the love child of his partner and his best friend and business associate, Dave Free. Basically, UMG is saying that Drake and Kendrick, by Drake's depiction in his lawsuit, both actually committed their share of defamation using UMG as the vehicle to do so, and that this is actually an attempt to basically limit or restrict Kendrick's right to free speech and creativity.
Wow.
And that the implications of this lawsuit are something that Drake has signed petitions against in the recent past.
Exactly, like the whole thing about him signing the petition for Thug and how they couldn't use song lyrics against him in court for like an actual fucking RICO case, only for him to turn around and try to use song lyrics against Kendrick Lamar on the same label. They literally share a label, talking about rap battle beef. Like, bro, make up your mind about this situation. I study rap battles for a living.
Using song lyrics as facts in court.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it.
These are all things I said when the lawsuit first reared its ugly head, that there is no logic behind his claims because he did all the same shit. For instance, in alternate reality where photos surfaced of Whitney being all beaten and battered, we might be looking at a totally different outcome. But to the victor goes the spoils, and for Drake's claims of adultery and abuse, there was little to no evidence to point to. That's why the claims really did not stick. Next, they really go through Drake's career and highlight the fact that they had a successful business partnership for the greater part of the last 2 decades, making him one of the most popular artists in the world during that time.
His business is selling the record, but everything that they said that they did for Kendrick is something they did for him.
And then they break down the lyrics of the songs from the beef to kind of just display that both of these men were talking their shit to each other. Then, seemingly impatient with the time it was taking Lamar to respond, Drake released Tailor-Made Freestyle on Instagram. The recording uses artificial intelligence to make it sound as if the voices of deceased rap icon Tupac and rapper Snoop Dogg are rapping Drake's lyrics.
He did the Tupac thing.
Drop and give me 50.
Yeah, doing the Tupac AI thing.
Right.
You know, You talk about feeling disrespect. I mean, the whole coast, we love Tupac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The world loved Tupac.
Drake urges Lamar in the voice of Tupac to talk about Drake liking young girls. I mean, y'all have to remember, Drake said the Epstein angle was what
Y'all don't remember. It's like they don't remember. It's like they don't remember that he put the target on his own damn back, then got his back kicked in and started crying about it, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
he expected. That he plotted for weeks and fed Kendrick this information. They
Yeah.
also note that these rumors of him...
Did you feed him the information for this lawsuit? Like, was that the grand plan? Was that your Dr. Doofenshmirtz plan to, like, take over the... Because it's not working, gang.
having questionable relationships with underage girls in the entertainment industry have been circling for almost a decade. They even cite here the video of him in the 17
Oh! Oh my god. And you know what the Drizzy Glizzy Gobblers love to say? He made a mistake when it was 23 over 17 years ago. Okay, bro, my brother in Christ, bro. Oh, what if it was Kendrick, right? Flip it. Like, what if what Drake said about Kendrick was true? And it was 17 years ago. Like, y'all would not be saying that. Y'all would be saying he needs to be reprimanded. He deserves all this backlash he's getting. He deserves the hate. And this is like, a lot of people view this as worse. And this is not the only instance of Drake doing this. Like, be so serious, bro. This is just the most public instance that you can cite because it's everywhere and it's disgusting. He literally asked for her age, kissed her anyway. Bro's kissing all over her, touching all over her, talking about, I don't care about your age. I might feel bad, but I loved it at the same time. It's gross. It's gross. No matter how you like, I'm even okay if you're like, bro, I'm a Drake fan, he made a mistake a while ago, but that was goofy and it was disgusting. I would be more okay with that than y'all just trying to sweep it under the rug as something that's not serious. If any other nigga does that at the age of 23 to a 17-year-old, we're wrapping them up and we're throwing them away, bro. So why does Drake get away with it? Is it because it was 17 years ago, or is it because he's Drake? Like, I don't understand, bro.
year-old girl on stage at his concert from 2010. Remember, Drake is the one who specifically brought up Millie Bobby Brown on The Heart Part 6, and to me, I've always seen that as sort of a self-report, because while Kendrick said, oh, you like these young girls, he never mentioned any of them by name.
Never.
And in his own voice, Drake raps,
Since like that, your tone changed a little. You're not as enthused. How are you not in the booth? It feels like you kinda remove. You try and let this shit die down. Nah, not this time. You following through. I guess you need another week to figure out how to improve. What the fuck is taking so long? We waiting on you.
and then obviously the nuke was dropped on his head top. Now, they really continue to harp on the back and forth of the lyrics. I saw Drake fans online saying that this was pathetic, but it's like, how do you not realize that they are just being petty and showing Drake how slippery the slope he's trying to create is? They also say that he has zero grounds for his defamation case, and I feel like even if he did, he should be suing Kendrick, not UMG,
Exactly.
because the words said with alleged malice all came out of his mouth. They then cite several defamation lawsuit attempts that public figures filed that quickly got dismissed. For those of you that don't know, defamation is extremely hard for a public figure to try and prove, and to say someone acted with true malice is almost impossible to prove. Basically, the filing says, Drake, you are a huge hypocrite and a really sore loser, and you have no justification for your claims that will hold up in court.
I study rap battles for a living.
So, for your claims that will hold up in court.
I study rap battles for a living.
You see this? That's a true goofball right there.
So this is honestly going exactly like I thought it would, and it's even funnier to watch all the Drake dick riders crash out on Twitter. It has been
Run that
damn
back.
and it's even funnier to watch all the Drake dick riders crash out on Twitter.
Y'all are posting his numbers. Y'all are posting this and that. Y'all are bro, nobody gives a fuck about that shit, bro. It's not gonna stop this nigga from being the lolcow of hip hop for the next decade. It's not stopping none of that, bro. And he keeps digging his hole deeper with these weak. Well, the last album he dropped with the Party, it has a couple of bangers. I listen to Nokia, that it actually goes, but it's not really stopping nothing, bro. This is bad, bro. This is really bad, and he keeps digging the hole deeper, bro. I said it on Threads a while ago. I said if Drake had just shut up for 12 months and dropped a sequel to Take Care or something at the quality of Take Care, you know, make up with The Weeknd, let him write half the album like he did last time. Okay, bro, it was only 5 songs out of 20, bro. Drake fans, nobody cares. If he collab with Abel again, you know, got some bangers on that Take Care too. Honestly, I think niggas would have forgave him. We would have moved on, but no, he kept digging his hole deeper. He kept complaining. He kept crying. He kept subtweeting after the fact. He dropped all these lawsuits and petitions. Bro, nobody's cutting him any slack. Nobody's giving him any bail anymore.
It has been damn near a year since this all started, and they have fought tooth and nail every single day trying to twist and turn the narrative in their favor.
Nah.
Embarrassing.
Obviously, Drake's not fucking banging underage girls.
He can get any girl he wants.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, I think Drake won that beef.
Garbage,
Drake
yeah.
revived Kendrick's career. He wants.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, I think Drake won that beef.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at another goofball in its natural habitat. This is the guy crying about trying to get off of Kick right now because he literally made a bad decision signing with them. Bro, every move you make is a bad decision, Aiden, bro. Whoa.
Beef.
Garbage,
Drake
yeah.
revived Kendrick's career.
100%.
Yeah, come on. I mean,
It's really like Kendrick did permanent damage to some of these fools. Like they're out here hiding his albums at the store. Doxing people and threatening lives over Billboard charts. This one girl, the Kendrick fan, even went out to the place that they were going to meet up to fight.
If any of y'all wanted to know, I am here. I'm still here. I'm still waiting.
Now, to me,
That's crazy. Please don't actually do that in real life, but like, wow.
both of these people should be ashamed of themselves. Because they have let this internet shit go way too far. They are way too invested. Like, whether you like Drake or Kendrick, it will never be worth losing your life.
And then they
Yeah, no, like I like roasting, bro, but I'm not gonna actually go meet up to fight anybody, bro. I'm not giving anybody my location over this. That's crazy.
get people to push a narrative, and then you become a human bot. Don't be a bot ass nigga. You know, don't be programmed to say something that's not true because it's somebody else's agenda because you heard other bots say it.
And even when Drake dropped
No, I'm saying Drake is a PDF crybaby Karen off of my own research and off of my own feelings. That's just genuinely how I feel about the situation, about how he's infected and manipulated hip hop over the last going on decade. That's just genuinely how I've been feeling. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some people out there, they genuinely ride for Drake like that. That's cool too. I just disagree.
his most recent album on Valentine's Day, which I actually thought was a decent record, his fans couldn't even truly enjoy it because their boogeyman had and has had the #1 song in the world with Luther and has now been beating Drake's album in sales months after GNX was released. An album with half the amount of songs, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like if SSS for You was just like maybe, I don't know, 30% shorter, but you kept the bangers on there, it actually, I couldn't get through it. I had to skip to the good songs. I listened to the first 3 songs and I was like, yeah, I can't do this, bro. So I just went to Give Me a Hug and I went to No Key and I was like, okay, these are straight. And then I was like, cool. Like, I don't want to listen to the rest of the project. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not the demographic, whatever. But going on that thing niggas be saying about women are the demographic, I be talking to women every day and literally all of them be roasting Drake. So I'm looking for the women y'all are talking about. Like, I'm genuinely looking for the women y'all are talking about because I can't find them.
With several of his singles retaining very high placement on the charts. And this was all despite Drake allegedly paying people trying to manufacture trends for songs from his new album.
Just break down what you've been doing with Drake and Party Next Door's team for their album launch. We did 53 million views in a week. His album went #1 in 7 days. They gave us a budget to pay out their audience, pay out clippers and UGC creators to just make content like around the album, anything related. So we're paying 70 cents per 1,000 views for UGC creators to make like videos reacting to it, lip syncing, dancing. And you guys basically created like the Nokia trend. Yeah, it's cooking right now. I can't escape it.
That is the exact
Wow.
same shit that he was accusing Kendrick and UMG of doing
Literally.
to manufacture a hit for Not Like Us. While his fans encouraged people to stream the album in their sleep, and some of them were even out here buying 30 copies to try and propel him up the charts.
Wow.
And that's not to even mention the accounts who have been running propaganda plays with steak ads for the last 9 months, spreading blatant lies every single day to millions of accounts. And even comparing his situation to Emmett Till, like some of y'all have lost the fucking plot. On another
Yeah.
front though, I did want to talk about Drake's tour in Australia, because it got cancelled about halfway through, with his team stating that it was due to a scheduling conflict.
So Drake has actually just canceled the remaining dates on the Australia and New Zealand tour.
They're suppressing him in
the
Australia
Nia Max
too?
win.
Yo, shut up.
UMG reached crazy.
Oh, you get on my nerves.
Wow.
Which people were not buying at all.
Fans are pissed off because they have all these shows now that are canceled, and they're trying to figure out what is happening because the reason that was given was just scheduling conflict. And
Yeah, how do you supposedly have a scheduling conflict with a tour that you allegedly sold out. Nah, I think that dystopian shit with niggas coming with signs begging for money just really got to him. A lot of this shit got to his mental. That's what I think happened.
People are like, that makes no sense. What is a scheduling conflict? This is supposed to be a tour. Y'all supposed to have it together. They're like, he's not committed to his fans. They think that there's something underlying here. There's something really, really wrong. I don't know how oversight like that happens, though, on a tour this big.
Exactly. With an act like Drake, that's insane.
And since he stopped the shows, he has made non-stop public appearances. So it seems that the schedule was pretty cleared up all along.
Yeah.
This cancellation led to many people assuming the tour was not selling as well as he thought it would. And even looking at some of these videos, the crowd looks much weaker than what you would expect.
That has to be edited audio, bro. It can't be that bad. Not for Drake. Not for Drake, bro. Not for Drake, bro. Please, please, please.
Other than that, every night this shit basically turns into a charity case with people begging Drake for money.
That's so sad.
And of course, he had to go on yet another rant on the fakeness of the entertainment industry, crying about everyone who decided to turn their back on him in what he describes as his weakest moment.
For my family, for my friends, for all my collaborators, all the producers, all the other artists that I work with, the ones that didn't turn pussy, I mean the ones that still...
Shut the fuck up. You literally did the same thing to Meek Mill, and you would have tried to do the same thing to Pusha T, bro, but he actually kind of dogged you too, bro. Nobody cares.
So Drake clearly is still...
Remember when him and Kanye linked up to do that to Kid Cudi? And then he tried to do the same thing to Kanye, but Kanye a dog with it too. I don't think Kanye won the beef with Drake, honestly. I think there's a stalemate. Maybe Drake won by a little bit, but Drake is not this like self-aware human being. He's trying to make himself appear right now. He's like the definition of no self-awareness.
Go out to self-victimize himself, and the dude is still extremely hurt. Like, at the end of the day, Drake's reputation, fame, and status almost seemed more important to him than the actual money, and now a lot of that has obviously been stripped away. I mean, just looking at that moment from the Oscars, it was the most talked about thing of the night. In terms of the petition he had filed against iHeartRadio, trying to see the payola discovery, they have come to a resolution with iHeart saying, in exchange for documents that showed iHeart did nothing wrong, Drake agreed to drop his petition. No payments were made by either one of us. Yep. Remember that Drake's stance was that iHeart had received illegal payments, aka payola, from UMG to boost the radio play of the #1 song in the world. This was settled by a judge with prejudice, meaning that Drake cannot go back and try and open this back up. And that is kind of the exact way I see this UMG lawsuit playing out.
Yeah, everyone already thinks it's going to be settled with prejudice. So Drake's not going to get any money, and he's not going to be able to bring this shit back up with anybody. And once he closes it with UMG, and they're going to reference the iHeartMedia thing in this as well. Like, they've already referenced a bunch of stuff against celebrities that got closed with prejudice. So, like, where's he going to go next? He's going to try to sue the Academy. He's going to try to sue Conan. He's going to try to sue, like, random streamers that are talking shit about him. Dismissed with prejudice. You're just gonna, and then you're gonna have to pay the lawyer fees when you start coming for smaller people. So I don't know, this entire thing just looks goofy as hell. Just go away for a year and then drop Take Care 2. That's all you have to do, bro. Shut up for a year, deactivate your Instagram, stop making these ridiculous public appearances, and drop Take Care 2, bro. I promise you we will forgive you.
And I just really can't shake the thought, like, why did you have to do this, Drake? Like, even if he somehow wins, it sets a horrible precedent for rap, freedom of speech, and really all forms of artistic expression that are protected by that. All this guy had to do was take his L on the chin and move on. He has a big enough fan base, and he just dropped a good enough record where the conversation would have begun to move past the beef. In fact, I think people were getting a little bit fatigued of it, seeing the Grammys, seeing the Super Bowl. I think it felt like 100% done. It felt 100% milked. It felt like the moment had kind of passed, but it's like he just keeps extending it.
That's what I'm saying.
He keeps turning the stove back on only to burn his own hand. But either way, I want to know what you guys think about this latest update down below. I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's
another banger, gang.
Superman, and some other rap beef out here needs to be covered, so I'm out.
Another absolute banger from Jamari, and all I could say is Drake is the reason we're still talking about this shit. Like, especially Drake fans be like, Kendrick fans are dragging it. If we're dragging it because he's literally doing shit like this every day. Like, if you had not brought up the suit, if you had not brought up the petitions, if you had not done the ridiculous shit you did on tour, like beefing with LeBron and then throwing and stepping on DeMar DeRozan's jersey, like, bro, you're giving us more reasons to clown you. Like, you're literally addicted to the humiliation, and your fanboys are too, and it's just tough. But hey, Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Except if you're a Drake fan, I truly do not give a fuck what you think. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.